What's going on, everyone? It's Rylan with Rylan's Amazing Photography, and today we're going to be doing some wildlife photography. It's early in the morning. I'm looking for all different kinds of wildlife, birds. There's some crabs. I see a seagull right now. I was also just told that there's some dolphins out, so I'm going to look for that. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, it's around 7 in the morning. It's just pretty chill out here. The beach isn't very busy. It's some nice soft lighting. So hopefully I'm gonna have some luck. I have not seen any dolphins, but there's some sanderlings back over here behind me. So I'm trying to ease closer and closer to them, and I'm going to squat down and get some better shots. They're very fast birds, so they don't stay still for long. So I'm just kind of at a constant walk right now, and my strategy is to get ahead of them, and then they'll walk down towards me, but it's gonna take me a while to actually get ahead of them. So there's also some blackbirds that keep flying around them, and I don't know if they're making them mad or they're trying to steal their food or what, but it's making them even more skittish. Oh, they all just took off because of the blackbirds. So I'm still gonna head down the direction that I'm going because I see some more birds down here. But I'm just gonna kind of see what happens. Hopefully I have some luck. So I did just get some nice shots and video footage of some of the sanderlings back here behind me. Also, while I was sitting here, there was cowbirds that flew towards me, and I didn't even know that cowbirds were on the beach. And I got some shots of them just flying directly towards me, and that was pretty cool. So now I'm going to walk this direction. There's a whole lot more sanderlings. I'm probably going to stop and photograph some more of them because that seems to be the main thing that I'm seeing. I still haven't saw any dolphins, which is kind of disappointing because that would have been really cool. I did get a pelican over the water though, and you all already saw those shots, so those were pretty good. Maybe I'll see another pelican. Right now I'm just kind of chilling, you know, just having a nice walk on the beach, taking some photos. So I'm gonna take some more of those of these sanderlings because they're still just walking back here behind me. So yeah. So now that I've taken some photos of the sanderlings, I'm headed back in the other direction. And right now I'm just kind of keeping an eye out for bigger birds and some birds that are actually flying. I just took some shots of a pelican that was flying over the ocean. It was more of just silhouetted shots because the sun was directly behind it, so it was backlit. It was more of a silhouette, and it was flying pretty high, so I don't think it's going to be a very detailed shot if any of them turn out. There's some more sanderlings up here, which seems to be the bird of the day. In fact, the only bird that I have saw even on this beach are sanderlings. So yeah, and I'm actually getting pretty hot in this jacket. It's been pretty chilly here and really windy, but this morning it's not windy and it's not chilly either. So yeah, but we're just getting the day started for wildlife photography, and it's just morning, so there's gonna be a whole lot more in store for us today. So I've still got quite a bit of time left here this morning. I'm going to continue to walk and maybe I'll see something else and have some more luck with some birds or wildlife or something. So I'm not having any more luck out here today with seabirds or sea animals. So what my plan for today is, I'm going to be going to a wildlife center later today as well to take some more photos of some beautiful birds. I've been there a few times already. So I'm going to go there this afternoon and you all are going to get some footage, and I'm going to show you all the behind the scenes of me there as well. So hopefully I have some more luck there today, because the beach this morning, there's just not many birds besides sanderlings, and that can get kind of old pretty quickly. So I'm going to take you over to the wildlife center. In fact, back here where I'm staying, there's a lot of different kind of species of birds that will hang out in the landscaping and stuff. So if I see any of those and take any photos of them, I'm going to put those on your screens during this transition period, and I will talk to you all again at the wildlife center. I'm now here at the wildlife reserve, but I'm not really having any luck. I've been walking this trail back behind me. You can kind of see it there for a few minutes, and I've seen some birds, but I've just not had a whole lot of luck, if I'm being honest. This type of grass stuff, I'm not really sure what it is. Over here to my left, red-winged blackbirds seem to love that. So I've saw some of them flying in it, but none of them have been close enough for me to get a shot. So I'm going to continue on this trail, and hopefully I'm going to have some luck with those birds. Hopefully I'll see some other kind of bird. I really don't know what I'm in for, but hopefully it's going to be something good. So a couple things. First off, deer flies are just absolutely swarming my head, and it's getting really annoying. Second off, I'm in bright blue, and I'm sure a lot of you all have thought that already, but where this is like a wildlife conservation place, birds and wildlife aren't really that scared of you, and I don't have any camo with me. So yeah, I'm not sure what it is with these flies, but I'm sure you all have seen them just swarming my head. It's really annoying, and I don't have any bug spray or anything, so just toughing it out, I guess. So I hear some birds over in this area. The flies are just still absolutely swarming me. It's getting on my nerves so bad. Oh, two swallowtails, I think it was, just flew by really fast. Yeah, they're starting to quieten. Oh. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of birds through here, but all these trees and plants are just so dense and thick through this area in particular. I really can't see any of them or get a shot nonetheless. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and move on down the trail and see if I have any luck in any other places. Oh,
Okay, actually, I just happened to look another direction and there's a red-winged blackbird perched on this tree up here. There's a fly like right above my eye. Oh my gosh, they're literally so annoying today. I'm gonna get some video footage of this as well, and it's all gonna be on your screens in just a moment. I just saw a female red-winged blackbird, but the shots that I got of it were really dark, and it's more of just a silhouette. So I might just post a silhouette. There's a lookout point up here that I'm going to look at. Now gnats and mosquitoes are really bad, but I think I would rather deal with gnats and mosquitoes than those stupid flies just circling and circling my head. Oh my gosh. It's a pretty view. But I don't think any wildlife as far as birds go is going to be landing on the cattails. So I'm going to go back on the main trail, and hopefully I'm going to see some more birds. And there's some fighter jets flying over, as I'm sure you can hear. But there's a really pretty blackbird over in here. I really can't tell what it is, if I'm being honest. Maybe a cowbird, but it's possible it was a female red-winged blackbird too. I can't really be certain on that. I've been getting some really good shots of it, and I'm gonna put that up on your screen right now. So I've just reached the end of the trail, and it's absolutely beautiful out here. I don't really there's nowhere else that I can go out here on this trail, so I'm gonna walk this trail back, and there's a different trail that I'm gonna take. This park, this conservation place is absolutely massive. It's thousands upon thousands of acres, so I really got the opportunity to get a lot of great shots here. So the light right now is just great because the sun is just beginning to make its final approach to sundown. So I'm really excited to get out here and see if there's some more animals. If the audio is bad, I apologize. I think it's okay. The wind is, you know, it's blowing, but I don't think it's like so strong where it should really screw up the audio. So hopefully it's not that bad. I'm so mad at myself right now. A red-winged blackbird literally just landed in this tree back here behind me, and I was in the wrong focus mode, and I couldn't switch it fast enough, and it flew off, and I missed the shot, and it would have been such a good close-up. It's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna relax and go, yeah. I'm out here by a pond now. I'm pretty sure there's like a duck behind me. I really can't tell because it's so far away, but I'm pretty sure it's a duck, and there's some turtles and stuff in the pond, really pretty. I can see a red-winged blackbird, but it's pretty far off. I'm still so frustrated with myself that I screwed that up because I was in the wrong focus mode. Like, what I do is I always use single point focus. Here flies one, what's the chances? None, it flew right past me. There's another one up here on this branch. Anyways, so I always use single point focus, unless there's like something weird that makes me use group focus. But what I like to do if I'm just walking, in case a bird in flight comes up and I'm just not expecting it, I'll put it in auto focus point, where the camera chooses where to focus. And I had it in auto focus point, like automatic focus, not auto focus. Obviously I'm using auto focus, but it's auto focus point. So like it chooses the point to focus on for you instead of you like moving your thumb on the dial to choose where to focus. And I had it on that mode just in case a bird was to swoop down, and then that bird came in and landed on the branch literally right beside me, and I couldn't switch it to single point quick enough. I had my camera up there, and the auto point wasn't just, it wasn't picking the right spot for the bird where it was still. That's more for like tracking subjects that are moving. So that's just really frustrating to me because I love those birds. They're one of my favorite birds, and I don't have a lot of photos of them, and the ones that I do have just aren't that great. So I'm going to continue down this trail. It's a really nice trail back here. It's actually gravel, and you can see the pond back here behind me, and way back in that direction, it's not that far, but it's kind of far, is the beach. So I'm gonna continue on this trail a little ways more on the gravel. I'm probably gonna go by the trees, maybe some more of the ponds, and hopefully see some pretty birds and some pretty wildlife in general. Blackbird, and it's slowly easing its way in my direction. It's in like a really dense thicket though, so I'm just kind of standing here, and every now and then it takes off and flies a few more reeds in. It's back in this area, so you can tell it's real marshy, and it's just real thick and dense undergrowth. So I'm just kind of staying here. I'm not moving, I'm being quiet. Obviously, I'm not blended in with the environment because I'm in a bright blue jacket, but I'm really hoping he comes in closer, or at least if he doesn't come in closer, I hope he gets up a little bit out of the undergrowth and sits on one of the top reeds or top branches or something, so I can get a really good shot of him. I'm gonna move in this direction a little bit because he was flying a little bit over here, and it's possible I missed him, or it's possible that he's still sitting on the ground. Hopefully he's sitting on the ground and I didn't miss him. I'm gonna hang around here for a few more minutes just to see if he pops back up. And if he doesn't, I'm just gonna continue down the trail a little bit further. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video here because I honestly have a feeling that he's not gonna pop back up. Unless this is one flying in right now. No, that was a different species of bird, just flew over my head. So I'm gonna chill here for a few more minutes, and if I don't have any luck, I'm gonna go on down the trail. I did just manage to get some shots of a red-winged blackbird. They're not great shots, but it's the best shots of the male bird that I've gotten all night. So I'm making my way back to the end of this gravel trail where I started. I have a few more places I'm going to look, and if none of those work out, I am going to go ahead and close up the video. But hopefully I'm gonna have just a little teensy bit more luck before I close. But I'm losing light fast, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. I just made, well, I'm still where I was, but I just made another pit stop for another red-winged blackbird because I love those birds so much. I got a couple more shots of it in a pine tree. Nothing really that great. Nothing from this video has just been like knocking your socks off good. Like this isn't like where I got that deer in the snow. This isn't like where I got that Carolina wren in the beautiful lighting. Like I've got some really great shots in my portfolio, but every time that I go out and take pictures, I'm not getting shots that's gonna go in my portfolio. I'm getting average shots, or I'm getting okay shots. It takes hours upon hours and even days and weeks and months to really get a shot that's worthy of going in a portfolio. I feel like within the past few days, I have gotten some landscape photos that are worth putting in my portfolio. But I haven't added any of those yet, and that's a decision that usually takes me a few days to a few weeks after taking the photo to really decide if that's something that I want to showcase on my website and add to my portfolio. Before adding anything to your portfolio, some things that you have to ask yourself is, does this make me look better? Does this go with my work style? Is this adding anything to my portfolio different? Is this good enough to go into my portfolio? And if that box checks yes for any of those questions, definitely add them into your portfolio. If you're curious as to how I decide what's going in my portfolio, comment that down below and I might make a video about that. I don't know. That just popped in my head, so I talked about it. Anyways, yeah, those shots of the red-winged blackbird on the pine tree, they were okay, but nothing all that great. I just love those birds, so I stopped to take some photos of them. yeah, I'm going to continue, check out a few more places before I completely lose light, and then I'll wrap up the video. It's possible if that over the wind you might be able to hear, oh, there's an osprey. It's like it just flew so low over where I was just standing. It'll probably come back this direction here in a minute, so I'll keep an eye out for that. Anyways, maybe over the wind you can hear the frogs. They're going absolutely crazy. I believe what I referred to as a duck earlier is actually a willet. I just took some photos of it that I'll put up on your screen in a second. Oh, here's an osprey. That just happened. I turned around to look at this jet and there's an osprey. Do I want the jet or the osprey? Jet it is. Oh my gosh. Okay. And the osprey's gone, but I got some cool jet photos, so I guess that's something. It was like, listen, I was just full out playing the thought process that was going through my head. Oh, here comes the osprey back. Okay. Oh, whoa. There's a blackbird that's chasing the osprey. I've saw blackbirds do that before with like vultures and like hawks and stuff, but I never saw a blackbird chasing an osprey. So that was a very couple of hectic moments there of just action. Stuff like that is always really exciting. My phone's buzzing now. But regardless, that was pretty cool. It was a fighter jet, and then there was an osprey that was getting chased by a blackbird. I know a fighter jet has absolutely nothing to do with bird photography, but there goes the willet. That's what's chirping, if you're wondering. I know a fighter jet has nothing to do with bird photography, but nonetheless, I'm gonna put that on the screen with the rest of your photos, and then we're gonna close up today's video. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. It means a lot to me. What was your favorite photo from today? Go leave it down in the comment section below. None of these photos are probably gonna blow your socks off, but you know, there's some decent photos to just kind of capture the moments that I've been having out here. I always think it's fun to do wildlife and bird photography in a place that I'm not really used to. It can always be an interesting challenge, and so I really do appreciate you all watching it and continuing to support me. Even if I'm not getting the best photos and it's not the perfect day, you know, it's just nice to be out here, and I appreciate that you all watch the videos during that. If you're interested in supporting me in other ways, you can check out my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. Links to all of that stuff is down below in the comment section. I also have a book. It's called Out of the Darkness. You can get an ebook version of that or a hard copy version. The link to that is down below in the description as well, and the ebook starts at $10.99, which is really cheap for a great read. I also sell prints if that's something that you would be interested in. They all start at $15 as well, which is really cheap to get a nice little print that you can hang up and frame in your office or your home or wherever. Really, it's a great gift as well. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. It means a lot to me, and I hope you all have a great Friday, and I hope most importantly you all have an amazing day.